Welcome back to another episode. I'm Brian, and I am the Unskilled Commander. So, we are looking at match 3 of these 4 decks: Unblockable, Mill, Cascade, and Legendaries. So the first few games, we had Mill winning the first match, and Legendaries stomping with a ton of creatures on the field for the win on the second match. Time to see who goes and wins it this time, possibly making the best out of 3. I don't know, maybe. So I already rolled the dice. Unblockable is going to go first. Drawing for turn. We're going to go ahead and play a War Island Refuge, which gains us a life. Then we're going to pass over to Mill. Draw. Snow-covered island for turn, and tapping it for Hedron Crab. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, target player puts the top 3 cards of their library into the graveyard. The crabs are always great in Mill decks. I love them, plus they're fun, and people hate them. So, passing the turn, upkeep, draw, tapping a forest for Fidehorn Elves. It's a 1/1 and taps 4 green, so it's sort of mana ramp for the next turn. Then we're going to pass over to Legendaries. Let's see what they can do this game. Arcane Sanctum is going to come in tapped, and it goes for white, blue, or black. Pass the turn. Untap, draw. We're going to play a Foul Orchard, comes in tapped. And unfortunately, that's all we can do right now, so go ahead and pass. Gonna draw. Gonna tap 1 for Codex Shredder. It's an artifact. You tap it to have target player mill a card. Or you can pay 5 and tap it and sacrifice it, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Nice if you can get, like if you play, like in the first game where we played something crazy, like that creature that, or that spell that made everyone mill like 13, which was 26 when the commander was out. You could sacrifice Codex Shredder and immediately pull it back out and play it again. Well, next turn, theoretically, depending on mana. So then we're going to go ahead and play a land for turn, which is going to trigger Hedron Crab. Target player is going to mill 3 cards. We're going to go and mill. You know what? We'll try and be fair this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 with the shield logo. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, wait a second. Not 6, 3. Shoot. I was thinking 6 because of the commander. So 1, 2, 3. Sorry, these go back on. We'll try to ignore that. And then we'll pass turn. Because Hedron Crab is a 0/2, so it really can't be doing much attacking. Untap, upkeep, draw. We're going to play an island for turn. Tap all 3 of these guys to play Farhaven Elf. When it enters the battlefield, search for a basic land, put on the battlefield tapped. I'm going to go and round out the color scheme for my commander and get a basic mountain on the battlefield tapped. I feel like I'm talking a little quieter, so hopefully that's not a bad thing. You guys can hear me okay. I'll have to try and project my voice and be assertive and all that stuff, right? So we're going to go ahead and pass. Untap, upkeep, draw. Going to play Mountain for turn. And unfortunately, I believe that is all we can do right now for this hand. Yep. A lot of big drop spells in that hand, which is not good for early game. So we'll untap, upkeep, draw. Then we will play a swamp for turn. Tap all 3 for Ukima, sorry, whatever. I always mispronounce all these crazy names from the Magic cards. That's all we can do over here, though, so we're going to go ahead and pass. Going to play a island for turn, triggering Hedron Crab. Same as before, 1, 2, 3, 4, so This is going to mill 3, not 6. 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, that's a big creature. But then I will tap these 3 lands to bring out Brewvac. So next time I play a land and trigger Hedron Crab, it will be 6 cards. But that doesn't mean I have to stop there. So I'm going to tap Codex Shredder, targeting you since you're the last one that hasn't milled anything. And with the Brewvac out, you're going to mill 2. 1 and 2. Pass turn. So if you've watched the other videos and you're watching this one, what would you suggest to help these decks be faster, more aggressive, more more well-rounded, without going crazy, competitive level, optimized, with like friggin' dual lands that are like hundreds of dollars and stuff like that? Because I ain't paying that much money for stuff. We're going to play an Evolving Wilds. I'm going to tap a green and a blue to play Coiling Oracle. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land, put it on the battlefield. It is. Cool. And it says, put on the battlefield, period. It does not say tapped, so that's cool. Otherwise, it would have gone into my hand. So then I'm going to tap that and for green. And we're going to play Humble Naturalist. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this only to cast creature spells. It's a 1/3. I'm also going to go ahead and tap sack Evolving Wilds to get a forest onto the battlefield. And shuffle library. Now, you might be saying, well, why didn't you try and play your commander? But, I like it's still early in the game. I want to get these mana ramp spells and or, ramp style creatures, at least because, Coiling Oracle drew me a card, got me a land on the field. These 2 tap for mana. Gives me more options faster. Then I can play my commander and play something else. Idealistically, if I get the right combo, like a small drop Cascade, I can play my commander and immediately play a Cascade spell. So passing over to legendaries, let's see what they can do. They are at a slight disadvantage right now, and this isn't going to help much. So we're going to play Azorius Chancery. It taps for 2, but unfortunately it's a bounce spell, so I'm going to have to bounce the mountain back to my hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. Gonna have to discard down. As much as it pains me, we'll get rid of Door to Nothingness because that's gonna be a long time coming to actually work off that. So we'll pass turn. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Well, let's see. I'm going to tap all 3, 1 for green, yes, to play Llanowar Visionary. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and it is a forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm in the same position there. Actually, I was going to play another bounce land, bouncing the tapped swamps back to my hand, but that would give me too many cards, so we'll actually play the forest I just drew. So that'll buy some time and give us some extra mana. So we're going to move to combat, and we're going to swing 2 damage at who? Now, Mill isn't currently as big of a threat as he was the last 2 games. He's not coming out of the gate going crazy. He milled everybody, but just for a few cards. But now that Brewvac's on the field, that's going to start ticking up more and more. So, although that's a lot of creatures over there, and, Cascade can get pretty big and crazy, I'm going to go ahead and ignore legendaries right now because I don't like to attack people that are wide open, with, no mana. It's one thing if they got a couple mana and some rocks out, but no creatures, they're probably gearing up for something big. But even then, it just, I don't know. In group play, I have definitely attacked the open player just to try and do something, but that tends to be because, my decks don't win as we've gone over. So it's like, well, I want to do something this game, so I'll attack you for 2, But, I don't want to go after Mill again 3 games in a row. We're going to go and send 2 damage over to you, commander damage. You're going to go down to 38. Because again, you don't want to carry over grudges from past games and be like, well, you know, Bruvac won the first game and you won the second game, so we're going to smack you down first. It's like, this is a brand new game. Brand new, you shuffled, everything's different. Play it that way. Or I could have just not attacked at all, but with being unblockable, that's the whole point of getting this guy going fast. So we're going to pass. Untap, upkeep, draw. We're going to go ahead and play a land for turn. So now it starts to be about, you know, you smack me, I smack you. You're going to mill 6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there is still, like, now with, again, as I said in the last game, you do kind of want to target mill on a player, unless you get those good cards from the first game where it's hitting everybody. And right now I'm only getting like target, target, target. You should fire them off all at the same person because it's the only way to get enough mill going on someone. As we saw in the second game where mill completely took out Cascade. But we're early game. It's not crazy just yet. So I'm going to tap for Dream Twist. Target player puts the top 3 cards of their library in their graveyard, which is going to be 6 with Bruvac, so that's going to go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now it does have flashback, so you may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, which I could in fact do in terms of mana. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to tap 3 and play Alloy Myrrh, which is a colorless 2/2, and it taps for 1 mana of any color. So I got an extra blocker and a tiny little bit of ramp. And one last thing, I'm going to tap to make you mill 2 cards, thanks to Bruvac. 1 and 2. Okay, passing turn. Untap, upkeep, draw, boom, boom, boom. Faster, faster, faster. Draw a card. Guildgate comes in tapped. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do have 7 mana. I knew this was going to happen, and it's really upsetting because it almost makes it seems shady is what it is. Because this card has come up all 3 games now, and it's not a tiny one, it's a good card, and it's like, I've got 99 cards in here, I shouldn't be seeing this card so many times in gameplay. But it's dumb not to play it, and as Magic players, I think you understand, you've seen it yourself, it just is bizarre that you will see the same cards, the same like 20 cards out of your deck over and over, and then another 20 cards you will almost never see. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for a creature. Annoyed Altasar. I don't get it. I do not understand why it's showing up so much. And as I said, it seems dumb. Now, that's kind of a misplay. Because I guess I should have my Averna out, huh? What else is in my hand? 3, 7, 4. Not enough to play 2 spells, but yeah, you know what? It's just dumb to even try. Because you know that this Cascade would have, I would go like 5 lands in a row before I hit something, and then I wouldn't be able to play them. So we're going to take that. We're not going to do that. And we're going to go ahead and play the Commander, Averna, Chaos Bloom. Love that name. It's a crazy name. And I got a bunch of little guys. There's not really any point in swinging out at anybody. You know, it doesn't make... Now, I did take some damage from you, but you've got a 2/2 out. Again, the 2/2 could block and kill pretty much everything except for the naturalist. So there's no point. We're going to go ahead and pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. See, I just drew a card I just played in the last matchup. Now, thankfully, this isn't the kind of card I'm going to play anytime soon, but it's ridiculous that why is it coming up? 1, 2, 3 for Zagoth Crystal. It's an artifact that taps for black, green, or blue. That gives me 2 mana, and I don't have any 2-drops, so we're going to go ahead and pass. Still unguarded on turn, what, 3, 4? That's not good. Yeah, so that was turn 4, and still no creatures. That deck is not performing fast as it should be. So we're going to untap, upkeep, draw the card. Let's see. Well, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can go ahead and play Kazur, Ruthless Stalker. We're going to play that Golgari Rot Farm now, finally, and bouncing the forest back to my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, we have to get rid of something. I guess what I can do is... Yep, I'm going to actually get rid of the forest because I have a bunch of, or a couple spells that actually get me, you know, mana, and I have some lands. So, well, I have a spell that gets me a land, and I have some lands. So, we don't need it right now. So, we're going to go ahead and move to combat, and once more, swing Ukami at you for 2, up to 4 commander damage, down to 36, and now... whatever the heck you want to call that thing, the Whale Wolf, gets a +1/+1. Thanks to his partner, Kazur. Pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. I am out of lands, regrettably. So, let's see. Well, we're going to tap a blue to play Thought Scour. Nice little full art one. Target player mills 2 cards, and then I draw a card. So that 2 is going to become 4. You know, that's a lot of stuff going over here. A lot of creatures, even though they're small. I don't like it. We're going to go and do... Now, granted, that's unblockable, but the unblockable is going over there. So, once again, we're going to take some... take a hit over here. So, 4 cards real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Milled into the graveyard, then I draw a card. Still not a land, unfortunately. But we're going to tap 1, 2, 3 to play Sage's Row Denizen. It's a 2/3. Whenever another blue creature enters the battlefield under your control, target player puts the top 2 cards of the library into the graveyard. We're then going to tap Codex Shredder to make... no, we're going to make the Unblockable mill 2. Because these are the Unblockable and Cascade are the ones that are doing the most stuff. Well, as far as mill is concerned. So then we're going to go ahead and pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Going to play this Highland Lake I just drew. Comes in tap, but taps for a blue or a red. And then, so now I will go ahead and tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For Annoying Altazar. 6/5 trample reach, as we know. We're going to Cascade for 6. Unbelievable. No lands. Straight into Tamio's Epiphany. We're going to scry 4, then draw 2 cards. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually a pretty good scry because I want all of them gone. Just lands and a ramp. We don't need that right now. We're going to draw 2 cards now. 1, 2. Very good cards to draw. Excellent. So that resolves. And then Altazor resolves. Altasaur, whatever. Okay, so I'm getting hit with Unblockable over here. That is very scary. We have a 2/2 and a 3/3. Now they can stack block, and the 2/2 can kill Averna. So we're not looking at a good position here, guys. We're gonna go ahead and pass turn. But the Altazor, the annoyed Alta, whatever, Alto, hopefully will maybe can make that person consider not attacking because a 6/5 coming on the crackback is pretty big. So we drew a card. We're going to play Temple of the False Gods, which is online. Well, yes, it is still online. Nope. Needs 5 or more, so it's not online. Unfortunate. But we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Thran Dynamo, which taps for 3. So, yeah, you know what? We're going to tap that. Whoa, easy. Don't go jumping ship. I'm trying to change sides, you son of a. Tap 3, and then I'm going to pay 4 life, which I don't normally like to do that in my decks. I don't like to take my own, because it just helps everybody else if I start smacking myself. But I want to get this out sooner rather than later. Norns Annex. Creatures cannot attack me or planeswalkers I control unless they pay a Phyrexian white. If you don't know what that is, that's whenever time you see a symbol that is a color and then a circle with a line through it, that's a Phyrexian symbol. Phyrexian white means you can either pay 1 white mana or you pay 2 life. So if someone wants to, if Unblockable wants to come swinging at me, they have to pay a white. Guess what? There's no white over there, so they have to pay 2 life to attack, thanks to Norns Annex. Very good card against these decks. Actually, none of them have white, so this is a very good lockdown deck, unless they get artifact removal, which these decks do have. So we'll see how it goes. Pass turn. So now the fact that I'm wide open isn't as big of a threat because it's going to deter people from coming at me. Untap, upkeep, draw. We're going to play this really cool full art Zagoth Triome, which is pretty cool. Taps for, swamp, forest, or an island, and counts as 1 for whenever you have those search lands. So unfortunately, I'm not getting any unblockable creatures like I have the last 2 games. Excuse me. But what I do have is Ukima. Now then. Yeah, I think we're gonna, well, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot play that. Yes, I can. Cool. All right. So it's a sorcery, so I'm not playing this out of turn. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and tap 5 to play Hunter's Prowess. Until end of turn, target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards. So I will unfortunately have to just discard down. So maybe that isn't a good idea at this point. Man, keep doing that. I keep like, I'm going to do this cool thing. And then it's like, oh yeah. As soon as I say it out loud and finish reading the card, people. I was like, oh, it's +3/+3, and I get to draw a card. Sweet. And I didn't see that many cards. So this is actually not a good spell to play right now because I have a lot of cards in hand. If I was down to like 2 cards, perfect thing to play. But so instead, we'll just tap 3 to play Awaken the Bear, which gives it +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Trample on these unblockables is relatively unimportant, but the boost is nice for commander damage. So we're going to go ahead and go to combat. 3 plus the boost is now 6 damage coming at Cascade, up to 10, and 6 damage taking it down to a 30. So Cascade's sitting there going, what did I do to you? You existed, that's what you did. I took that personally. So it did damage, so it goes up by 1, and we're gonna pass turn. Okay, I need some milled cards. I did not get a mill card. That is unfortunate. So we're gonna tap 1, 2, 3 to play Burnished Heart. I also didn't get a land, and it's not a blue card, so it doesn't even trigger that. So we are definitely not doing well on the mill this time around. But that's fair, technically, because the last 2 games were actually pretty decent with the mill. So all we can do, we're just going to Codex Shred. Unblockable, I think. Mill a card, up to 2, thanks to Commander. So mill and a mill. Boom. Nothing else can be done. I got 2 mana. It's not enough to work with. Can't even sacrifice the Burnished Heart to get lands. So pass turn. Tap. Tap turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. All right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana to play creatures with, or 8 mana to just play anything. So we're going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and play Boarding Party. 6/3 with haste, which is really cool. Cascade. So Cascade trigger, we're going to look for anything that's 5-drop or less. That is 6, so that's not going to do it. That is 2. Will you give me lands when I do this? Unbelievable, guys. Just ridiculous. But anyway, Leaf Gilder comes in, resolves, Boarding Party resolves. At least I have lots of mana ramp. Put these over here kind of out of the way because they're so little. I'm not really going to be attacking with them unless someone's completely shielded down. So. 1, 2. So unfortunately, even Mill with his little tiny creatures can destroy a Verna if it swings in. So we are going to go. But I'm getting hit like a couple more hits and I could be dead. So yeah, we're going balls to the walls, boys. Boarding Party. Boarding on top of the annoyed Altasar, swinging in at you. Total of 12 damage. 6 of it is trampoline. Now, I really don't want to sacrifice the commander. And even if I stack block, I cannot... Well, yes, I can kill either one. So, but again, I don't see the value. I'm going to totally block Boarding Party with Llanowar. It'll die, but this does not have trample, so that's fine. And I'll just take the 6 because I need that constant buff to help, get closer to a commander or a command damage win. So 6 damage down to 34. 36. No. I was 41, take off 45, 35. All right. At least that was a nice solid hit, and nobody on this side died. We still got 2 big guys to go swinging with. So pass turn. Now let's see if I can get another land so that Temple of the False Gods can get active. I do not. Let's see. Well, first of all, I do have. Well, yeah, I got enough for this. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. You want to get the commander out so I can start playing colored spells and start ramping that up. We'll kind of put that there for that. 1, 2, and that's all I have left. So yep, okay. We're gonna go ahead and pass turn. No one's really paying too much attention to legendaries right now, but they should because we've seen what it can do when it gets left alone. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, that's still a valuable one. That's a really valuable one, actually. We're going to play Golgari Guildgate, comes in tapped. So we're going to tap for green, and then 1, 2, to play Hydra's Growth onto Ukima. It's an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gains when it grows, enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. So we already got that going, so boom. At the beginning of your upkeep, double the number of +1/+1 counters on enchanted creature. For an unblockable commander, that's stupid. So someone needs to destroy Ukima real fast. So then, on top of that though, because we want to get this going, I'm going to tap. Well, it's an instant, so we'll try and play it properly. So we're going to move to combat. I'm going to swing Ukima at you again for currently 3, 4, 5 damage. Now let's see what anybody have anything in the hands, because I've been doing that poorly, so I know we need to think about this. Nobody has counter spells, nobody has bounce spells right now. So yeah. So in response to no blockers being declared, I'm going to tap a green and play Snake Skin Veil. +1/+1 counter on target creature. It's now up to 4. It gains hexproof until end of turn. So even if someone had tried to bounce it, I had the answer. 4, 5, 6. 6 commander damage coming in. That is at 16 commander. Pretty much lethal next turn. Unless Cascade can do something about it. Down to 24 life for normal damage. Which isn't going to matter too much. And then, because it dealt damage, up it goes. To 7 commander damage per hit. Now, 3 hits and you're done on any of the other characters. We're going to pass turn. Look at these crazy characters. I'm tempted to think about... I would want to do like a different voice for each mat would be fun, but there's no way I'd be able to maintain that. You can see I can't even maintain the board states and remember triggers. I'm not going to remember all of the stupid voices, so it's just going to have to be me. Draw. Not a land, but not horrible. Well, wait a second. We do want to do this. We want to go tap 3, sacrifice Burnished Heart, and give me it. Search for 2 basic land cards, put on the battlefield tapped. So what's nice is 1 and 2, but we get to resolve that as a Hedron Crab trigger twice. Which means someone is going to mill 6 cards twice. But the question being, who? Because who really needs to mill? Because no one's really coming at me right now, so attacking and upsetting the unblockable dude, not a smart idea, but it would also be dumb for the unblockable to stop hitting that and hit me, but it would come after me next, probably. I think we're going to split. I think we're just going to go, this seems like this is dead on next turn. You two are each going to mill 6. Land trigger 1 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and tap for blue and tap for blue for Sky Diamond. Oops, enters the battlefield tapped, but it taps for a blue later on. And then I'm going to tap Codex Shredder to make one more person deal mill 2 more. So we're going to say, yeah, you are probably the biggest threat right now, so you're going to mill. Ooh, Crater Hoof, that's good. Although there's only 1 creature, I don't know if you have 2 creatures. But still, Crater Hoof is a very good card. And that was the cool Extra Life Secret Lair one, or one of the versions of it, rather. Okay, so we took care of all those triggers. A blue creature did not come in, so that's not doing a thing, so pass turn. One of the first times Mill has stayed at 40 life, you know? Normally by now, Mill would be down to like the teens. So upkeep, draw. All right, we're definitely going to play this. Well, wait a second. Let's see. What's the best plays? Yeah, okay. Since these guys aren't actually being used for a battle, we're going to tap those 2 for Thought Vessel. No maximum hand size, and it taps for a colorless. That's, you know, could be useful. Then, I don't think we need to really overthink things, but yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Blue, blue, and one other to play Secrets of the Golden City. Draw 2 cards. If you have the City's Blessing, draw 3 cards instead. If you control 10 or more permanents, I definitely do, you have the City's Blessing. So drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. We're really just looking for answers at this point. Unfortunately, there are no answers right now. Nothing that's going to be a bounce spell, which is really what we need. And we'll tap you for a blue since we're about to play a creature. Tap that. 2 and then 3 for Cloudkin Seer. It's a flying 2/1. It's not going to stop unblockable, but we do get to draw a card. Nope, that's a land. That is not a bounce spell of any kind. So, yeah. We're going to, let's see. We got 5, 6, 7. So wait, first of all, the counters on that's going to double on its turn unless Legendary can get off its butt and do something. So that's going to be 10, 12. That's going to be a 12, 12 coming over. More than enough for lethal commander damage. So there's no point at this stage to hesitate. If you're going to swing the board, even the commander, because we don't, we almost tapped out. We're not going to be able to cascade anything. No point. So all of these guys are going straight at you. Now, what is that? That is 12, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage. It's almost 20 damage. That would put you at, let's round it up to 20. That would put it at 15 life, right? That'd be pretty easy for a couple hits from a flying commander. But with that constant freaking doubling, it'll only need like one more turn, one more hit, and it's lethal all by itself. So even paying 2 life when you're down to 15 to attack, it's no sweat. It's nothing off your back, right? So I don't think Unblockable needs to block. We're gonna leave the Kazura up, because why? Every little bit of pluses onto Ukima is good. So yeah, I will take 19 damage. So 20 damage will put it at 15. So 19 is 16. 16 health. 4 of it is commander, of course, but not gonna matter. So that's all we can do. We're gonna pass 2 legendaries. Now we're gonna draw. What's it got? That is not a thing. Nope. That's nothing that's gonna help, really. Let's see. So let's try and play this. We're gonna, I almost didn't have the right mana. We're gonna tap for green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to play Animist Awakening for 7. Reveal the top 7 cards of your library. Put all land cards from among them on the battlefield tapped. The rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. If there are 2 or more instant and sorceries in your graveyard, untap those lands. Ooh, instant. Enchantment, not now, come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. If there are 2 or more instant and or sorceries, no sorceries. There are lands and artifacts. And, oh, first of all, that boy needs to flip back over. Forgot to do that whenever I was cleaning up and resetting from the last game. But that's still just an artifact. Yep, that's so upsetting. Even with the mill, it's not going to trigger and I can untap the lands. But 1, so that's going to go. 2, nope. 3, nope. 4, yes. 5, nope. 6, nope. 7, yes. So these are going to go on the bottom of the library in random order. Zagoth comes in, Reliquary comes in, this comes in, but when it comes in, it has to bounce, so it'll bounce the mountain back to my hand. But I haven't played a land, so I can play the mountain at least. Which does trigger that, so in terms of mana, I can play 3 to play Savai Crystal. So now, we do get a +1/+1 because we played a green, the spell had a green color in it. And yeah, so we got a ton of mana, and not anything to really do with it, to be honest with you. And more importantly, no answer spells whatsoever to deal with that. So we're going to go ahead and pass turn. This is crazy. We're going to go ahead and untap. Upkeep trigger. We're going to double that to 10. Boom. Insane. We're going to draw a card for turn. Let's see. All right, we have some big spells that could be cool, but I mean, we don't need it with that enchantment. And no one, see, this is one of the things, guys. These are all my decks. I've got 3 decks versus 1, and none of them are pulling any kind of removal that can help. that's another thing. It's like, and I try to put at least 10 answer spells into every deck, and it's very frustrating when 3 different decks are all crapping out and not being able to deal with one stupid creature, you know? One bounce spell, one tap spell, one board wipe, something, nothing. But, so we're going to tap for, we're going to tap a swamp, and then 2 others to play Aspect of Gorgon. It's easy. Did that just break it? Or hope not. Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature now has +1/+3 and has Death Touch. Not that anything's going to block it since it's unblockable. You know, and to that end, I think it would be smarter to put it over here just in case, long term, in case someone does get a bounce destruction spell. You know, now he can actually start swinging somewhere because it's going to be a 4/6 with Death Touch. Who's going to want to block that, right? So then we're going to go ahead and... wait, why is that tapped? We tapped those 3. Then 1, 2, 3 for Path of the Festival. Search your library for basic land card, put in the battlefield, whichever one first. Boom, forest. I do not have 3 different basics on the field, or 3 or more basic land types, so I don't get to scry one. I can flash it back if I want, but no real need. But I am getting low on cards. I have 3 cards, so not only does Hunter's Prowess start to look good, but I actually also drew this amazing Robe of the Archmagi equipment that I could have equipped on there. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw that many cards, but it needs 4 to equip it, and I didn't have enough at that point. But I mean, so drawing like currently 13 cards would be crazy, but you'll notice there's no Reliquary Tower or, you know, a Thought Vessel out. So I would have to discard down. This is one of the reasons why I didn't really care to play it just yet. But all right, it's time to start ending things. We're going to go to combat, and we're going to swing lethal commander damage at Cascade, for sure. Because it's 10, 11, 12, 13. Or no, that's off. So 12. 12, 12 on top of the already 16 commander damage. Putting at 28 commander damage. You only need 21 commander damage for those of you playing at the home game. So yeah, boom, done, dead. Oh, blah. And then you have just made yourself very scary and very targety. Pass turn. Obviously, the mill deck knows exactly who it's going to start milling hardcore if it gets the opportunity. Draw. Nope. No milling at all. Just 2 counterspells that are not going to help. So... I don't even have anything good in my graveyard to try that Codex Shredder ability. So 1, 2, and 3 for Chaos Wand. Now I can pay 4, tap it, target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery. I can cast it without paying its mana cost. Then put the exiled cards that weren't cast on the bottom of their library. So it's not mill, but it's a good way to get stuff away from the top of the deck, and maybe you get a good spell. So we are going to do that. We are going to pay 4 and tap it to say, you mill until a sorcery or instant. Yes. Well, exile, excuse me. Nope. 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 Oh, sorcery. So these are going to go back on the bottom in the order. We got destroy target, artifact, enchantment, or land. Oh, dude. That is well timed. Well done. Yeah, we're blowing up the Hydra's growth. Boom. Now, it doesn't matter because it still has 10 counters on it. Oh, and it actually has 11 because it dealt damage. So it's still like a 2-hit commander, but that is extremely helpful and good. So now the whole table, these 2 guys take a breath. Like, okay, we might be able to handle this. That was really last ditch. I like that. That was hilarious. We're going to pass. This one's going to... Well, no. Sorry, we still have one more move. We're going to go ahead and tap to make you mill 2 more. actually mill as opposed to that pseudo exile. All right, now pass all the way over here to legendaries with the crap ton of land and mana available now, which is great. I mean, I appreciate that ramp, but we need some creatures now. Boom. That is not a creature. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one of which being blue, and then this will be a blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, wait a second. 2 blue, and then one other. It's 4, still need one more. Sure. For Nezahal Primal Tide, a 7/7. Nezahal cannot be countered. You have no maximum hand size, and whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, draw a card. So that's going to be tricky. We need to try and remember that. And then you can discard 3 cards, exile it from the battlefield tapped under its own control, discard 3 cards and exile Nezahal, then return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you can kind of like discard 3 cards in response to someone trying to blow it up or something like that, and it comes right back at the end of your step. So, what do we have left? Yeah, well, sure, why not? Green and white. And then 1, 2, 3 others for Mirari's Wake. Creatures you control get +1/+1. And hang on. What did I play? I played Nezahal, which is blue, so that gives that a color. This has 2 colors in it, so that goes up to 4. Boom, nice. So it gets +1. All these creatures get +1/+1. And whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana to play with. Excellent, that works out perfectly. We will do that in whatever combination is more efficient for Ikra Shiki, the Usurper. 3/7 with Menace, which means it can only be blocked by 2 or more creatures. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. That is 2 colors, so this goes up by another 2. Bing, bing. I'm liking that because now, look at this. Excuse me, I apologize. But look at this. We've got a commander damage war going on now because this is also an 11/11 thanks to the buff and the counters. So now it's a who can get to the hits first. And technically it'll be this. Oh, and you are at 16 life and this is flying, so it's essentially unblockable at this point. So the commander damage is not even really the biggest thing. Although technically, yes, I'm rambling, but the point is it's still 2 hits regardless of which damage you're going for. But yeah, going to combat. Swing it in, punk. You are taking 11 commander damage down to 5 health. And boom, 11 commander damage with my nice, shiny, super heavy dice. And of course, now I just lost the 11. There it is. And this was 5. Okay, now that was a killer play. I like it. Legendary's coming back right, with the help of Mill over there. They actually might win the entire set by having 2 wins. So pass turn. Because here's the thing. We still have to deal with Mill. So even swinging in over here, trying for that kill, it's like, well, no one's really set up yet. No one's 100%. So we're going to draw a card for turn. We're going to play Jungle Hollow, comes in tapped, but we do gain a life for all that's worth. Okay, so that is a currently 11, 12, oh, so it wasn't an 11, 11, sorry, it's a 13, 13. Now, yeah, 13, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16. Who do you go for? Who do you go for in this situation? Because as it stands right now, Legendary is going to kill Unblockable on its next turn for sure. Then it has to focus on Mill. If Mill gets a bunch of really hard-hitting Mill cards in a row, it could theoretically still pull off a win. If Unblockable goes for Mill, maybe it could be like a convincing, like, hey, you know, politicking, do you want to go over there too? And then we fight it out. But I have to be honest with you, that would be really stupid on Legendary's part, because this is going to continue to go up. That will continue to go up as well, based on, you know, the colors I play. But if I have to play a bunch of, like, artifacts or something, it's not going to go up. Whereas every time it hits, this is going to go up. So, if you were... I think that's the play. As Unblockable, at this stage of the game, we had the win. It's gone now. It looks like we're about to lose real bad because we got 6 life. Regardless of what comes over, we've got a 7/7 coming, like 3/7. So even if we blocked, that's not going to die. It's a whole lot. You know, even if it's not commander damage coming over, we'll probably die. Now it could not attack, but this is flying, so we don't have reach. We can't even get to it. So swinging over here would just help Legendaries win, because they're still at 40 health. That's a lot of damage. We're going to go at Legendaries, go down swinging, and try and see. It's like, you know what? You're so confident you're going to win. I'm going to help Mill. So, Unblockable, 13 damage. 10, 3. Boom, down to 23. Off of 36. Yeah. So then this will go up one more to 12. Oops, sorry, I almost forgot. Oh, that was a sorcery. Well, we're playing it. Dang it, we're going all in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I meant to play Huntress Prowess. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you deal that many cards. So that's actually another 3. So we're down to 20 over here. 20 life. And now we draw 11, 12, 13, plus 3, 16 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We don't have any kind of no maximum hand size thing going. And it doesn't matter because we only have 2 mana open. But, you know, who knows? Is there a 2 mana? Ooh. Aha. Look at that. We got ourselves an answer right there. Now, regrettably, I played the Jungle Hollow. I did draw a Reliquary Tower. That's not going to help me this turn because I'm going to have to, you know, basically get rid of it. But, yeah, we're totally going to tap for blue and Sleep of the Undead. Target creature. Bink. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Boom. I just bought myself some time. I think Unblockable can win it now. We definitely have to discard down quite a bit. We're going to, first off, dump lands, but now I guess we'll keep that one just in case. But we don't need the Traveler's Amulet. Don't need that. Don't need a Mana Dork. Yeah, we don't really need that little thing that makes us draw a card. Don't need a Mana Rock or a Mana Rock. Let's be honest, we don't need those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just have to get rid of 1. Well, that was helpful last game, but Suspicious Bookcase. Boom, we'll get rid of that. Oh, I forgot. This was part of it too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I don't need the card draw right there, so we'll get rid of that. Okay. So it's still untapped. All right, so that's it, man. Wow. How crazy is that it was like, yeah, it was totally going to be Legendary's game. Card draw, boom, 1 drop, a 1 drop, and it takes it. That's alters the way this is going. I love that kind of part of Magic. So we're going to pass turn, although I would hate that kind of Magic if I was Legendary. You know, I'd be like, oh, damn it, I had this game. You know, that's the kind of stuff that upsets me. But You gotta try and let that roll off, which I am not good at. You know, I need to get better at just like, you know, okay, that's how magic is. Draw a card. Still no freaking lands. That's upsetting. But here's another card that we often see in these games for some reason. So we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drown in Dreams for 5. I'm going to draw 5 cards, and target player is going to mill 10, 20 cards. Well, the funny thing is, now that it's bounced back and forth, now as the mill player, I just kind of want to F with people now. I'm going to go ahead and hit target legendaries. Target Unblockable. Because now Unblockable is going to win, so let's mess with them. So first we're going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good, actually. Got some good cards in there for main phase 2 there, or whatever. Well, we're still on main phase 1, actually. So, yes. So, Drown in Dreams. Target player, you, mills 5 cards, but mills twice X cards. So, 10. Commander makes it 20. So, you're going to mill 20 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, now let's check out what we got here. We're going to go ahead and play a snow-covered island. That's going to trigger Hedron Crab for first time in forever. 3 cards, which is 6 cards. Boom, yeah, you. 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm then going to tap that to play a Soul Ring. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I don't have to discard. So then I'm also going to tap Codex Shredder to make legendaries mill 2. There, see, I'm spreading it out. No, you aren't. That's all I can do there. Still no blue creatures coming in, but that's okay. Maybe next turn. We're going to go ahead and pass. Actually, hang on. Let me just make sure I really check out my cards and know what the heck is in this deck. So we got that. Well, I have no mana to play instants anyway. But that's going to be a good one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mill could actually win this, too, if they don't come straight at him. That's interesting. So, we're going to go over here. We're going to untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to go ahead, well, first of all, I don't really, yeah, so we're going to tap the mountain for 1, and then I need, darn it, tap these 2 for blacks to play Drana, Liberator of Malakir. I'm going to play Simic Growth Chamber, bouncing the mountain back to my hand. Now, oh my gosh. How foolish. Whoa. Sorry, a literal bird just flew and landed on the windowsill outside of my window while I'm playing here. So, like a figurative bird, you know, literal bird's different. So, I missed that trigger. Again, triggers, guys. But it's not a May ability, so we kind of have to do it. So whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain life equals to that creature's toughness. Ramos did, 11 damage, so this is actually back up to 31. Simply because, like, it would have been up, then I would have taken the damage, so, you know, it's 31. Very important, though. I didn't denote it, but I took, 11, 13, 16. I took 16 commander damage, so that is extremely important, because that health is great, but that's not. But he is down to 6 life, and he's only got 1 blocker. Regrettably, he's going to block Nezahal, and, you know, the Usurper will get through, but the Max the Usurper's good. Ooh, that's, yeah, well, yeah, he can't block that anyway. Oh, but that could be enough. That could be enough, guys. Norns annex. Okay. Oh, and I was forgetting about Mirari's Wake with the whole... Well, these aren't lands anyway, so that's fine. I have a 1 red floating. So I played this, so this does still tick up that to 7. So cool there. What do I have over here? Interesting. Kind of. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to move to combat. I'm going to swing both of these at you. They are getting a buff of +1/+1. So this is an 8/8 and a 4/8. Now guess what, guys? Thanks to Norns Annex, if he wants to attack, he has to pay 2 life because he doesn't have white. That would literally kill him because obviously he's going to have to block Nezahal or he dies. That, of course, killing Kazor with needs 2 more to play. Now this is on here, granted, so that's a 4 something. Well, wait a second. It's a 4/6. He's 8. Yep, so it still kills him, but this does have Death Touch, which means Nezahal does die. But 3+1, 4 gets through. He's got 6 life. Boom, he's down to 2 life, guys. He can't attack me, or he kills himself. That is intense. The only way he can do anything is if he gets artifact removal, or if there's artifact removal in the hand, which there could be. I guess I better check and see if there's any kind of... No, I only have 1 mana, and I definitely don't have any 1 mana drops. So yeah, I can't stop the attack at least. I Death Touched away his big guy, and I don't really have anything in my hand that can be played. But this is exciting. Okay, yeah, we're going to pass. Because I like this. It's crazy down to the wire. So, untap, upkeep, draw. Now, we'll play the Reliquary Tower just in case. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely do that. So we're going to tap blue and then 2 others to play Robe of the Archmagi. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 to equip it. Right? I don't have any lands to play. All right, did I? I played the Reliquary Tower. So I can't play any more lands. I only have 2 mana open. So I can do, let's check it. We're going to tap 2 for Guild Thief, blue and 1 other. It's a 1/1, but whenever Guild Thief deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Now it does not have, but I can pay 4 to make it unblockable, so it still counts. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we are going to go to combat. Oh, you know what? Yes, sorry. That is a very dumb idea. We're not doing that yet. We can do that on main phase 2, but we're going to combat. We're going to swing because, remember what I said, when this hits, it's going to draw that many cards. And we have Reliquary Tower, so we don't have to discard down. 12, 13, 14. That is 14 commander damage coming your way, my friend. So 14, 10 is down to 30, another 4 is 26. We are at 26 health over here. More importantly, though, we did just take 14 commander damage. So 1 more hit, that is over. But we now get to draw 14 cards. But you'll notice we're low. This could be bad. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my gosh. 1 card, guys. I should have counted beforehand, but 1 card. So we can draw on our next upkeep and still survive, but holy crap. Now, the question is, oh, we did. I don't believe it, guys. I don't believe it. This is crazy. This is awesome. We're getting this stuff at like the fun times. I'm excited. So we're gonna tap 1 for a soul ring, and you're like, why are you excited about that? Because that gives me 3 mana. Blue, 2. Freaking imprison in the moon, bitches! Enchant creature, land, or planeswalker. It is now a colorless land with tap to add 1 mana of any 1 colorless mana to your pool. Boom, boom, and it doesn't go back to the command zone. I can't just recast it. That's crazy. Now, for a second, let's yes, it's creature, land, or planeswalker, so we can't do it to Norns Annex, which would be ultimately better. But think of it this way. We got rid of commander damage. We got rid of the 7/7. Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? Because of the Usurper. A 4/7 with the Murray's Wake buff. More than enough to kill us. Oh, that was so good, though. It was so close. And, of course, we also have Drawn Out Flyer. 2/3. Totally can kill us. I was so excited. I thought that was such a perfect play. And it was fun. I liked that I did it. I'm still happy that it went like that. It's not going to do anything, but it's still fun. It sucks, but I love it. Okay. So, yeah. Got some other good cards in here, but nothing groundbreaking. Yeah, nothing that was good. Nothing better than that. So, we're going to pass. Oh, so close. And I know they're all me. It's the same, but you get it, right? You feel that because it makes you're like, oh, this deck could have done it. Oh, it's like you every time I take a step and go in front of one of the decks, I become that player in the game, and it's different, you know. So we draw a card. Boom. I'm gonna play an island for turn. So obviously I'm not gonna worry about you. So what's his face? Legendary's over here is gonna mill 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, yeah, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. This one does not go. It doesn't matter because I'm still going to keep milling anyway, so I'll get that card. Whatever it was, I'll get it. But so that trigger goes. Now, what else can I... Oh, yeah, obviously. I forgot about these. These could be big. So what do I have mana-wise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The cards I'm looking at. 5, 3, 8. Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be devastatingly bad. So 1, 2, 3. Blue. Fractured Insanity. Each opponent mills 14 cards. This is the one that helped win it in the first game. 14 cards times 2. That is 28 cards. Obviously, bank, oh no, it's not going to last that long anyway. But, yeah. But the nice thing is now what you've just done is made it so that Legendaries absolutely does not have to look at you and it will start attacking you, for sure. But so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I can't believe it. I keep saying this stuff. I keep changing every 5 seconds, but I think Mill might win it because that's not all. So we do that. That resolves. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Well, you know what? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just because you know, it's smart to probably hit all the bases. So tapping this first to mill 2 more. 1, 2. No creatures, nothing else. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For Traumatize, target player puts the top half of his or her library rounded down into his or her graveyard. One of the reasons why I wanted that last hit of 2, just to see, because you want it to be, idealistically, you want the cards to be even, so that, you know, because that's double, right? So it's the top half rounded down. So remember how we did it last time with Maddening Cacophony? Because that rounded up, Bruvac's ability was allowing it to just mill the entire deck, period. Didn't matter how many cards you had because it was rounding it up. Rounding down means that if you had 31 cards, you would mill 15, not 16. So you'd still have 16 left. You double the 15, you still have 1 card left in your deck. So 1, 2, oops, yeah, shoot, better do it like a different way. Crap. How do you do that? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, well, 14, 15, oh yeah, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Oh. So that means, well, that's, oh my gosh, that's literally what I just said too. Hilarious. So we have to mill 15 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, what am I doing? Just the last one. So 15 twice 30. You have 1 card in your deck. Just like he did. Holy crap. And with that Imprisoned in the Moon, it's not gonna, there's, unless I get a way to destroy Imprison, to kill him direct damage in some fashion, to get Imprisoned in the Moon gone and I get my creature back. See, that's another thing. I have to admit, I don't know if removing Imprisoned in the Moon puts him back on the battlefield with full counters or not. I don't think it does. That's something I'm gonna have to look up again. Tell me in the comments if you know for sure. Please cite it though. Let me, give me a link to Wizards or something so I'm like, yes, this is it. All right, I still have 3 mana up, but there's nothing I can do with it. These are all counter spells. They don't help right now. Pass turn. Legendary. This is your chance. It's either you are the 2 out of 3 winner or Mill is. You better pull it off. What's the last card? Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. I mean, not a bad card for sure. I'm going to play the Mountain in my hand. That's true. Damn. Well, yeah. See, here's the thing, guys. I have a card in my hand, and I've had it for a couple turns now. I didn't want to play it because this is how this deck won the last match. And I was kind of like, oh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to need it. Cool, I don't want to do that. I don't want to constantly, do the thing. But, yeah, it kind of... Well, you know what? Let's see. Maybe I can't do it. Who knows? I don't know what my breakdown is. So let's say those are... Because you know what it is. It's Eerie Ultimatum. So we got 3 black. Oh, this stuff all untaps, first of all. Okay, so let's tap those for the black. Then we got... wow. Maybe we don't have enough. Hang on. So I have to have... These have to be the 2 white, actually. Then these would be the 3 black. Huh. Well, I'll be darned. Oh, no. Mirari's Wake. So it doesn't matter. Because everything produces an extra. So actually all I need to do is tap this for 2 white. Tap this for 2 green, black, and then 2 black and a floating, which would be Eerie Ultimatum. Before that, I'll tap that for 2 green and a blue floating. Blue, and then 3 is 4. 5, 6 to play Vorinclex. So this stuff has all been tapped. What, we were tapping that, right? That's tapped. Yeah, it still doesn't mean we're going to win, actually, which is interesting. So we play this, and then we have to resolve all of this. So let's just look at the creatures, right? Because we don't need all, it doesn't matter about all the mana rocks and crap. That's an instant. Let's go through there. Like creature, lands don't count, don't matter. Rather, they do count. I looked it up, by the way, from the last game. So I was right when doing that. But at this point, it's not about that kind of stuff. Well, creatures get +1/+1, so that is important, actually. No, that's not going to matter. That's not going to matter. That can't play that, even though that could be good. Lands. That's not important. This is going to take a few minutes. I apologize. Maybe just because it gains life, but, you know, Propaganda, I mean, we'll play that because that is still a thing. But we're down, that's right, it's all about passing. We have to do it. Yeah, shoot. Because it doesn't matter. We drew our last card. If we do anything that makes us draw a card, we lose. And it doesn't matter. If we can't somehow kill him on this turn, kill both of them, really, then we die. Well, not even really. It's just literally if we can't kill them both, we die. Bonder's Ornament. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Creature. This is going to be fun pile shuffling, this thing. Let's see. Nope, definitely don't need that. Don't need that. Well, we'll play just, safe side. I can the vigor. Don't need those. Don't need that. Fun, but no. Ghostly Prison. Wandering Archaic, because, yeah, whatever. Okay, so these don't matter. All right, definitely that, yes, because we want those boosts. Well, okay, so that's the thing. Gotta remember that. Because, ooh, interesting. But no, that's permanent, so we can't cast that. Sorcery now. Hey, he comes back. Enchantment. Door to Nothingness, because why not? Be hilarious if that was the key to winning this. I don't believe it is, but okay, so we don't need that. All right. So there's our graveyard. Right? So what we're gonna do is Bard class is gonna come in first. We're gonna have Heroes Podium, Ghostly Prison, Propaganda come in, Immortal Sun, the Great Henge. Yep, yeah, definitely in that order. Authority of the Consoles, because, yes. Door to Nothingness. We'll have the Slumbering Dude come in. He's just a land, though. But he'll come in with the 5 counters. And not like that's going to matter. Then we have all of these creatures that have to come in. Well, and the Blade. It's a 1 to equip, so we can equip that whenever we want. Okay, yes. Interesting. Ooh, definitely don't want to do that. We do not want to do Jin Gataxis. That's at the end step, you gotta draw cards. Okay. Guys, I think we might be able to pull this off. Holy crap. You know what, I'm not gonna worry about that one. Okay, all right. So I don't think order of creatures matters. Okay, so we're just gonna put these guys down here. Okay, that one's gonna go up there because that's important in terms of what it does. Okay. that's going to be important. Okay, and then the real thing, Aurelia, the war leader. I think this is where we get it, guys. Okay, so what this means is everything's coming in thanks to Bard class with a +1/+1 counter on it. Now that's all these creatures as well, but we're not going to, they have summoning sickness, so we're not going to get to the point, well actually these do too. Actually, so there's this, because we played that, so we played that. So really, we only have 3 creatures, right? But she comes in with a +1/+1. But the reason these guys are important is because he gives a +2/+2 buff to every legendary creature, and at the beginning of combat on my turn, creatures I control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Plus, it's getting this buff. Let's do it like this for visuals. Nope, put this there. All right. So what this means is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every creature is getting a buff of 5/5, and they're about to get another 3/+3 and trample. And because of Aurelia, she has haste and flying and vigilance, and more importantly, when she attacks for the first time, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. I think this is... I hate the fact that... I don't hate it, of course, but I am less than thrilled that the win con basically was Eerie Ultimatum again. Which makes sense up against a mill deck, because, of course, you wait until the end and you play it after you get your entire deck milled. Of course it's going to win you the game. And it also bugs me that that's how this deck won the last game. I was really hoping somebody else would win. Like, it'd be cool if that won. But let's walk through it. Let's not... Yeah, that's not important. So, okay. So we're going to move to combat, right? Because there's also a couple extra triggers in there. So as I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These creatures are getting a buff of 5/5. We're moving to combat, so they're getting a buff of 8/8. So whenever Drana, Liberator of Malakir, deals combat damage to a player, you put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature you control. So guess what I'm doing? I'm swinging all 3 of these, right? What is the intelligent bet? 2, yes. So Drana is coming at you. These 2 are coming at you. Now this is Menace. You have to block with 2 creatures. And she is in the air. On attack, Aurelia triggers. This is the first attack. So these are all going to untap. And there will be a second combat phase afterwards. So this is kind of like they have... I guess it's like they have vigilance. Because, you know, they're still attacking. So they're getting +8/+8. So this is a 10. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What? Oh my gosh, I did that wrong. Sorry. 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11, 12, 10. That's kind of fun. 10, 11, 12, right? So, okay, declare blockers. You can't block. You're tapped out. You are definitely taking 8 damage in the air. You are dead, which means Imprisoned in the Moon is about to go away. You can only block... You can't block Aurelia, and you have to stack block Shredder. You can't kill him, but you have to block with 2, or you can't block at all. So, going to totally block these 2 with it. Leave your commander up just in case. Right? So, combat damage. Oh, sweet. Usurper's ability, too. So, these are going to stack block. They both die. You know, nothing happens to him. Aurelia is dealing 12 damage in the air to you. 10 damage to 16. Oops, that was 16. And then another 2 is down to 14. And then 10 damage to you. Bam, dead, done. That commander damage, that's irrelevant now. This goes away. I don't know. We're going to say the deck falls off, but he comes back. Boom, dead, done. Cool. All right, good game. So, I now gain, thanks to his ability, I'm going to gain 22 life. So I'm up to 52, or 53, right? kind of doesn't matter at this point. So that resolves. Boom, we're going to, now because of Drenna, when she deals combat damage to a player, everyone gets a +1/+1 counter. Boom. Second combat, rather. Yeah, yo. Swing it all at you. Dead. 2 flyers you can't stop. And this has to be Menace. It's 2 blocks. You don't have it. You're taking full damage. 10, 20, 30, some damage. You're at 14. Kaboom! You done, Mill. You done screwed up. And you made it so that he could do it by dumping his entire library into the graveyard. Obviously, that's not entirely true, because if I didn't actually have Eerie Ultimatum in my hand, it would have gotten milled, so then I wouldn't have been able to do that. But yeah, that's crazy. There you go. Match 3. Your winner, Legendaries, which makes them the winner of the entire set. The first time that a deck so far has won 2 games out of 3. Yay, give it a hand. So what do you think of Legendaries? Now you can pretty much, you can't read them all necessarily, but you can see all the different legendary creatures I have. And that's what it is. It's just meant to be a bunch of crazy good legendaries that would be really good commanders on their own. And they do kind of synergize, you know? I mean, look what these 2 guys do together. And, you know, and then all these buffs help doing that. And these ones don't necessarily, you know, God Tree makes them all tap for mana to help get them out sooner. And, you know, Sissy, Weatherlight Captain, gets buffs from all the other ones, you know. And they help each other out. So I do love this deck. It's probably like my, you know, one of my top 5 favorite decks. It's just in a multiplayer game normally it doesn't do this. I do have a friend who would absolutely say that's totally what that does, because there has been a couple times where he played his mill deck and this was the outcome. But what I mean is, but that's it. You can see that's the win. You know, it's like, oh, Eerie Ultimatum, and you win. But what happens when that gets milled or you just don't get it because it's not a mill deck? What if you're just playing normally? You know, you're not going to get all this craziness out this fast. You're going to get like 3 or 4 of these creatures out. You know, maybe 1 buff spell if you're lucky. It's supposed to, you know, it should do better without an Eerie Ultimatum, is what I mean. That's like, I'm grateful that it works this way, but it needs to work in other fashions too. So what do you think? What would you do to fix some of these decks? Let me know in the comments and all that stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun watching and, you know, learn some things, maybe how to make your decks a little better yourselves or things not to do. I hope you definitely took away, if nothing else, to always read your cards and watch your triggers, because that is a big way people lose, is missing triggers. But all right, I'm grateful you guys were hanging out with me. I'm grateful you guys watched. And I'll see you next time.